we feel like anything has changed permanently
Hmm.
in our perspectives of art fight? Like, are you like, I think I've done enough art fight, I might take a year off, or I feel like art fight's just not clicking for me the way it used to.
Welcome
Oh my
back,
god.
everyone. Welcome back.
Yes.
I hope you're ready for another long conversation about art fight and the struggle of keeping up with the day-to-day for the entire month of July.
I don't have to think about it anymore. There's too much. The post game of like everybody saying like I'm seeing so many other art fight videos, so burnt out and stuff. And I had a feeling that was gonna be like the theme this year. Everybody's just burnt out. The whole like I guess drama of art fight, which there was like two of them, two big ones. One's a little
Ooh.
sleeper, but have you guys seen the art fight misogyny video?
Ooh, what's my art
Wait.
fight misogyny? Is it because there's too
Wait.
many?
No way, you haven't? Oh god, okay. Well, let me explain it in like the simplest terms. Somebody thought it would be fun to see how many males, how many female characters are
jeez.
on ArtFight along with other things, just for funsies. And they came to the conclusion that everybody on ArtFight, if they have a male character, are using them in a misogynistic way or something.
Like they got a
And all
girlfriend or
the-
what?
No, as in like if you have too many male characters, that means you only focus on the male characters, and you don't care about your female characters because all the female characters are dressings for your main protagonist male characters. And it's like, wait, well, what? We're
Well,
just here to draw
hold
some
on.
fun.
There might be some logic behind that because all
I
my
don't
female
think so.
characters are just to be sidekicks to my male characters.
Well, aren't you just the misogynist? I'm kidding.
I'm just kidding.
No, I feel
Lily
like
B's
it's
clearly like her own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and she's yeah. So I don't. A lot of people are just questioning, like, wait, what? What are you talking about? We're just here to draw fun little guys for everybody.
Right.
And then, like, if there's so many things wrong with it, I don't want to go into the whole spiel. It would be nice to see what you guys have to say about it too. You guys haven't seen it, obviously, but like, I would like to show you the video because it racked up so many views and stuff. But like, they turned off comments. Like, well, actually, they paused comments. I didn't know you could do that on YouTube.
They took
you
the
could
coward's
still,
way out.
yeah, I know, but like they just got overwhelmed. But they kind of knew what they were doing because they did it before Art Fight happened, like a month ahead of time, knowing that people are full well looking for Art Fight content to consume. So like they got their wish. It got in the algorithm. People were looking for Art Fight videos, and so happens they stumbled across that. But they should have known to be like, hey, maybe, you know. But again, you have to take it with a grain of salt. This was for their funsies, and they were just showing their process. So, I mean, yeah, okay, but like everybody there is just trying to draw their silly little guys. And
Right.
I don't know about everybody, but like I've seen more people fancy women characters as opposed to male characters. I don't know, man. Do you see more male characters in Art Fight, or do you see more female characters, or do you just want to draw some fun dudes?
Well, I definitely draw whatever I feel like drawing, regardless of gender. If a character look cute, I draw it. Like that's about as simple as it is.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Like, it's such a silly like mindset to go into it. Like, wow, there's too many males on Art Fight. I'm gonna count them all, and then I'm gonna just say like it's misogyny if you don't have any females on your account. Wait, what? No, I don't know. There's just something so it kind of not irks me, but gives me the ick a little bit.
Okay. I think I had a couple thoughts during all of that, like, data upload, right? The first one being, I wonder what the sample size was, because I think it's like gotta be like pretty much impossible to go through all of the Art Fight character submissions. Like, I think it's gotta be like impossible. So I'm wondering, what is their sample size and how did they obtain it? Did they just click like the random function and try to keep it as randomized as possible? Or were they like following like a trail through like people who are all connected? Because people who like the same things are going to be more likely to be connected, and you're going to see a lot of repetition. And the is my personal exposure to Art Fight. So I'm not the one collecting the sample size, but my personal exposure on Art Fight has been really equitable. I don't see more women or men. Now, my personal exposure to artists I know in person is me and my circle tend to draw more women characters than male characters. So more female characters than male characters. That's my personal friend group. However, on ArtFight, I see so much diversity. I do not see a resounding more this than that at all. So it's very curious how somebody felt brave enough to make such a triggering video about ArtFight on such a bold topic, and to have done it with such a definitive stance when it's like, I assume, I haven't seen the video, but I'm assuming that this person had disclaimers at the beginning or some kind of like...
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, they knew what was coming, just not to that extent. But on the mathematical side, actually somebody on ArtFight, I stumbled upon it on the front page of all things. Somebody made a character based on the stats of their own readings because based off of that video.
They got attention to themselves, so...
That was the point.
I'll bring up my other grievances, I should say, about ArtFight with one of the rules later on. I want to know how your guys' ArtFight experience is, not just mine.
Yeah. As for the gender of characters that people tend to draw, I think it really is based on the individual, because I know a lot of... It's easy to simplify and say, like, a lot of boys like to draw girls because they're cute. And oh, I want a cute girlfriend. But there's a lot of dudes that want to draw a cool dude that they want to be. And so it's like, it usually ends up as like half and half. It'll probably skew in one way or another, but it's so widely different based on the individual. Like Perry said, she draws a lot of girls. I think most of my characters are female at this point, but I also have a lot of male characters that I just haven't posted for ArtFight. Mostly because I don't have like really good versions of them to showcase like I wanted to this year, but I just didn't. So it's really just based on the individual, and there's no like consistent data to even make that assumption, but we're having the conversation about it, and that was his goal, and so he clearly did a good job on the video.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many people play ArtFight now. It started, I wouldn't even say relatively small, it was pretty popular to begin with because it's such a fun idea, and artists want to meet other artists, so that's like a really big deal. Have you guys met any cool new artists this year that you've became friends with?
Yeah.
Have I? I don't know.
I did.
Well, tell us.
Wait,
Ferdy.
I did meet one.
Okay, well, tell us, Freddie. You go first. Freddie, you first. Oh, it's too late. You already said it. You said I wanted to say first.
I just barely remembered. No. Harry, wow! I can't believe you were number 0.
I'll go first.
Me.
I'll go first.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. You can go first, Freddie. You can go first.
No.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I met a couple cool new people, which was, it's interesting because the first year of ArtFight, finding people to draw my characters was like really hard. Second year, same thing. And there were like very few people that drew my character. I would have to draw theirs first. But now I can't keep up with the people that draw my characters because it like exponentially increases. And more and more people are like, oh, I like your style. I want to draw you so that you'll draw me. And so now my whole goal this year was like, can I keep up with who's drawing me? And I did pretty good. I would say I got like 70 to 80% of like the people that drew me. I wish I did all of them though. I feel bad because it's like, you guys, did all this work, and I wish I could keep up with that, but it's not so easy.
Yeah, I think, as a side tangent, that's a really good point to bring up, especially early on in the video, for anybody who is new to ArtFight or considering joining it next year, since it's over this year. Please don't be discouraged if you're having a hard time getting people to draw your characters, or having a hard time introducing your characters to other people, because even the three of us, even as like people who are making YouTube videos and promoting out the wazoo, we still had such quiet, well, maybe not friendly, but the other two of us had such quiet first years.
Right.
I went undercover my first year. I didn't have any friends know who I was. I didn't make any ArtFight videos my first year of ArtFight. I mean, I streamed it, but like nobody found me.
So yeah, I mean, what you're saying is the statement stands. Like, even for us, when we're making our YouTube videos on the subject, we're still not getting that like explosive amounts of like attacks on our characters.
Right.
Mhm.
Friend wise, this year, so I was like really burnt out at the end. I was double burnt out compared to normal because I had just done the webtoon contest before ArtFight.
Are you done
And
with that, or are you still working?
I'm not done with the comic, but I'm done with the contest because I did not make the cut, so I don't have to worry about the contest deadlines moving forward. But I'm still going to continue the comic. But I've also taken a huge break from that because I'm tired from ArtFight.
Right. And the comic.
And the comic contest. But to like tie this all together, the people I met in the comic contest also did ArtFight. And so I made like all these new comic creator friends. And then we carried that, like we all started new comics for the contest. So we had all these new OCs that had no art. And so we all, like, the first couple days, that's all I did was attack comic creators and draw all of these comic characters from their webcomics. And it was really fun.
Right. That's awesome. That's really cool to meet other people in kind of like the same field that you're now moving into with like your comic work, and to have that moving forward with these like networks, etc.
What about you, Friendy? What friend did you make?
Oh, I met Koispect, which is another artist YouTuber, and they were like messaged me out of the blue, and they were like, hey, so we have similar ideas on this one video that you did, so I just want to make sure that it's okay and I'll give you credit. I'm like, whoa, you came up with the idea all on your own, you don't have to give me credit. And so we just created a friend bond, and then we were like, okay, well, I'm gonna attack you with, because like I exchanged notes with like the video that I was going to come out afterwards, like, hey, I'm gonna give you like a little like what do you think, like credit or something, because they gave me credit in their video, so I was like, it's only fair that I do it for theirs. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you credit in this video, and here's the notes for this and whatever. So they were like, this is a really cool idea, I want to attack you with all of your like little revenge chain things. I'm like, oh snap. So we got in a whole little battle with our like the revenge chain thing going on, which was so fun. So that was really cool. Yeah, but a lot of familiar faces on ArtFight. I didn't travel too far out of my comfort zone with people I already knew.
That's cool.
And Puffer, I know you went first, but I don't feel like you identified specifically the new friend that you made.
Oh, I didn't know we were supposed to name drop anyone.
You don't have to name drop. Stalk them. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, there's like a bunch of a couple new people that I met that I think are like really cool, but the one that stands out the most that I had like a lot of interaction with was Ghoulish Badger. I'm not comfortable like saying people's names, you know, that are younger, but I think she's of like an older age, so it's probably fine. But yeah, she's really good. She's another artist that takes her work like very seriously. So it's cool to have like that reciprocity between like us, like, oh, I'm gonna draw your character with like this style, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna draw yours like this, and we kind of went back and forth, and that's been really fun. It's always nice to meet like artists that really push themselves.
Helps you to push forward too.
Exactly. It inspires me.
Yeah. It's so motivating.
I gotta say though, I still didn't get through all my bookmarks.
I deleted all my bookmarks to just reply to attacks, and that was it.
I'm tempted to delete all my bookmarks. I'm very tempted.
Start fresh. You
No,
don't need them.
well, because like I love people's art style, and that's why I bookmark those characters, because I like their art style. Even if they have them hidden, I still have their username, and I can go to their account and see like, okay, what is their other socials so I can follow them on, and then I can delete the bookmarks. Will it ever get to that? I sure hope so. Some of them don't even have socials. I'm like, where do I find your art so I can consume it with my eyeballs, please? What kind of attacks did you guys get this year that like blew your mind though? Like pick 2 or 3. Depends.
Share screen.
I'm not allowed to say which ones were my favorites. People say they're all my
that's
favorites.
true. That's true. But like, just
I'm gonna hurt some feelings. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not picking based on favorites. I'm picking based on like that question, like what ones blew your mind.
It's too late. It's too late. These are your favorites. That you're
No,
saying right
I'm
here.
not saying they're my
no.
favorites. I'm just saying that these were so
You're saying all the other ones are
creative.
poopy.
No.
other
like a
Poopy,
different
only you
medium
like
you weren't
these.
expected or
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm. So this one by Pinkra 5. And it's my character from Midsummer Magic Month years ago. It was like an Instagram challenge, and I made
That's
the
really
little witch, and she is crocheted. Yeah, I'm like trying
That's
to look around the
incredible.
screen.
They better send that to you.
I honestly would love to have this doll, but I'm not gonna ask them to pay shipping and all of that. I don't know where
You
they
You
reside.
could pay shipping.
I could pay
for it.
shipping. Yeah,
You could
Finger
pay
5. If you want to
Yeah.
send this to me, I'll pay shipping.
Right.
I could pay you for this doll. It's so cute and it's so good. So like, I'm gonna click over to the reference just for like a split second, so you guys can see like how on point this is. Okay,
Right.
like look at that.
Amelia
Look
the
at this. Amelia the Little
Oh,
Witch.
that's awesome.
And then we flip back, and it's like it's so epically perfect.
It's literally the same character. That's awesome.
Even the
hair.
star on the top
Yeah.
of the hat. Yeah,
That's
it's
so
so
cool.
perfect.
Glitter in the knit? 'Cause that's
I-
so cool if it is.
It might. I think. Yeah. I think the blue purple color has like it's like glittery or shiny
It's so
yarn.
Awesome.
Wow. It adds to her magicalness.
Yeah,
I
'cause
agree.
it's like in the yarn. You're right, because it's not anywhere else. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's just that color of yarn has like the shiny.
That's
Yeah.
That's an awesome art.
See, it was worth sharing.
I like
I don't have
these
it-
that'll be posted later.
I don't know how
Oh, the ones that'll get
pronounce
edited
it,
in.
so-
Yeah, these ones.
Well, I guess these, yeah. No,
You can't
somebody
copy me.
made-
You have to do your own thing.
Oh,
Just kidding.
okay, well, one of those. Instead of these, those. Oh, yeah. No, somebody made
Yeah,
a game with my characters, which is crazy.
they made a game.
That's one that's a game, a legit game.
What?
It
Wow.
was crazy.
Like a game?
A video game, yeah. It was like it was like a flash game kind of looking. It was
That's
so
so
freaking
cool.
cool.
That's cool. There it
It's
is.
there.
Oh my gosh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
That's amazing.
I wouldn't have
Wow.
seen it if you didn't do that.
I got
The
her
clay are
art.
cool. I think I got a clay one. Too.
Yeah.
I didn't get a clay
Yeah.
one.
My
team's
mic is like
lacking.
blocking my screen, so I can't like see.
My ArtFight friends are lacking. I didn't get a clay one. What the heck, guys?
No.
I gotta get you a clay. I gotta do a Lily Bee one.
Yeah, I need a clay one and I need my own video game.
Step
Somebody make me a video game. It's so rude.
No.
it up.
Yeah,
Just
step
kidding.
up. Yeah.
It's just something I wasn't expecting. I was just like, yeah, because like, I did this whole thing of like saying I'm only going to do sketches this year. So if you want to attack me with anything, I just suggest just attack me with a sketch back. You don't have to do anything fancy or grandiosely. I just, a sketch is fine. A sketch for a sketch is cool. If you want to attack me with something greater, you can. But like, I don't want to. I don't want to like stress myself out. And as long as I
Rindy.
get you an attack back, it's
You did 380 attacks, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
That's crazy.
because
Just
I
in a month?
sketched.
What the heck? A lot
Yeah.
still. That's a lot. That's really good art.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because they attacked me back. I had this whole goal. I didn't announce it online because I know if I said it, people will attack me more, and I do not want that. So my plan was I'm going to secretly, like guard my attack ratio. I want that sucker at 50, and it's gonna stay at 50. So help me. So that was my
Right.
plan. It stayed at 49% for a whole week. I tried so hard. Each time was just like harder and harder. I'm like, guys, stop! So it was a battle, like a straight up struggle and a battle, and I did it. So yeah,
That's awesome.
unemployment behavior for sure.
I wish I could say
You
the
should've-
same, because I was also unemployed, but my energy was
wow.
not there.
Yeah.
Oh man. I treated it like a job, honestly, because like, I did all the art fight videos. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta make sure I get paid by Uncle YouTube, so art fight videos it is.
You should have done multiple 24-hour live streams for ArtFight. The whole month.
I can't
The
do
whole
that. I literally can't do that for my circumstances. but
30,
I would love
30
to.
24-hour live streams. And you gotta record yourself sleeping too.
People would get bored of me.
No,
like, oh,
they
it's
would
her
eat that
again.
up. People want to watch ArtFight content. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not this year. This year, everybody was burnt out to the point I don't even want to look at art fight type of vibe. And I got that,
Right.
and I was like, you know what? I'm on the same page, sisters and brothers. I just, we.
I
Such,
I thought that was just me being like, oh well, I'm in a different boat, energy wise, because I got zapped from the contest. I didn't realize that this was like sort of a universal.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't.
felt it
I wasn't in it
before
either.
ArtFight.
I was donezo before it started.
Yeah, I felt it way before ArtFight, and I was like, I have to do an ArtFight burnout video before ArtFight so people can know the symptoms. Maybe they can remedy it before getting into it. But people were so on the train of, I need to get character references sheets out, I need to listen to all the ArtFight videos, and then when it's time for ArtFight, they're already burnt out. The poor things. So, like, I'm part of the problem.
We've created a monster.
We've created a monster, and so I feel really bad and not guilty, because I really love ArtFight, so I'm in it for the long haul. But I do feel like other people feel like they need to get like doubly like ready before anything. I'm just like, get ready regardless, because you're gonna need those character reference sheets even outside of ArtFight for whatever reason, whatever projects you're doing or commissions.
It's true.
And stuff. So it's not a bad thing to have character references. It's just working on them, and when you're rushed for ArtFight, it's not a good thing. So I don't know. I'm on the fence of like, is it good, is it bad? But no, finding stuff you're excited about on ArtFight is getting a little bit more difficult. Because like, wow, they're not my characters. How am I gonna be interested in that character or whatever? I'm looking at this as like a different person type of perspective, because like, I love all characters. I'll draw.
You're making a
that's
video.
why I love it. But like, yeah, but like, I know some people, they're like, well, I don't want to draw this character, but I guess I have to because they're attacking me. That's not like a given rule. You don't have to attack everybody. I feel like people have that mindset of like, well, they attacked me, I have to attack them back. But I'm glad ArtFight changed that saying it's an art trading game. They changed it to art gifting game, and a lot of people are switching over to that. So, which is a lot more healthier way to look at it.
Yeah.
But then now people are looking at it as like, oh, they didn't give me a gift, they don't like my character. Why?
Oh wow! Either way,
know.
it's like a big.
People
drama.
are still
You can't
sensitive.
win.
Artists are
But, like,
sensitive people.
Yeah, bunch of babies.
There's gotta be like a little bit of tough love at some point, especially from commentators like in our position, where like you kind of got to remind people that nobody's obligated to give you anything. You're not owed, even if you drew first, because you knew that going into ArtFight. And also, my little piece of advice to help you not feel bad if you don't get a revenge is always remember that it's not actually because of anything you did or because your characters weren't interesting. It's because the person on the other side of the computer screen or the phone screen has to deal with their own personal life issues first. We all have to prioritize the real world before we can get online and have fun. And I think that's always the last thing we think about when we're having these kind of like little mental crises and self-esteem issues and doubt. That's the last thing we consider, but it should be the first. It should be the first thing.
I wasn't even able to respond to like half of them on time, the posts that people made for me, because I was like, I got like 2 minutes, I gotta go to bed. I don't want to think of like a response to this picture that you put time into that like makes you feel validated for making that work. And they're like, oh, I love it, thank you. Oh, that's great. I specifically like these things about it. Even though it's like greatly appreciated. Yeah.
There were sometimes.
Thank you so many times before you lose all meaning into it too.
Right.
Well, that's why I think Topher's point is so valid. Is like when you specify, like you pick one or two things that you want to like point out specifically that you like about it, because it helps you to stay focused on the piece in front of you, and not to just become repetitive based on all the pieces.
Yeah.
And it's always like, oh, I love it, thank you. That you'll get that. It's like such a blanket response, even though what else do you want me to say? Like,
yeah,
I really like the colors. It's like, of course you chose colors. It just feels bad. It feels like disingenuous. Even though you do appreciate it, it's like
you always want to say a little more.
Yeah. So it's rough.
I also would like roll over and look at my phone sometimes, and I would like refresh because I had during ArtFight, that was like the #1 tab on my phone was the ArtFight page, and so I would get that notification of like, oh no, somebody attacked me. I would check it because I was trying to keep up, just like you, Pilfer, just like you, Friendy. I was trying to keep up and protect my stats. And every time I would like see an attack, like either first thing in the morning or like in the middle of the night or right before bed, I'd be like, I love this. and I feel bad not replying right away because I know my last online status is enabled. I don't hide when I was last online. People can always tell when I'm online, which is like every 3 hours. So
Yeah.
get used to that.
I'll respond to my piece. She was online 3 hours ago.
Yeah. So I worry about that a little bit, but I'm also kind of have like given myself the tough love, and I'm like, it's okay because I know I'm gonna write a really heartfelt response when I am fully awake and I do have time to give it the energy it needs.
It's not easy. There's so many layers of expectation between players, and then you got to deal with your own life and stuff.
Yeah.
Are any of you guys listening dealing with the same thing, or did you just breeze through ArtFight like it was nothing?
Them new things to have anxiety over.
I know. They're like, I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh, you ruined ArtFight for me.
I feel like I've watched so many ArtFight recap videos for this year that are that say just that, and I feel so sad and bad about it. Like, oh no, that's not what ArtFight is about. If it makes you feel like that, like, stop.
Right.
Yeah, no.
That's why and like every ArtFight video I've ever made, I've probably said the same thing about like, this is 100% voluntary. You are not obligated in any way. Nobody's obligated to do anything for you. This is literally 100% like at your discretion. And I like repeat those words in like every video because I think it's so easy for us to fall into the trap of feeling pressure. And I think that people need to be reminded, like, don't let the pressure get to you. The pressure is all made up. It's not real. There is no pressure in this game.
Definitely.
So what's something fun from ArtFight that you guys remember?
Now that we've covered stress and anxiety.
Yeah, right.
I like the rest afterwards, where I could rest and just not think about anything. Because I went at ArtFight like kind of like a robot. I was just kind of like, more art, coming up, and then I don't think about it. Like, I just draw the characters I like, and then that's it. That's all there is to it. And then afterwards, I'm like, I did my 15th attack today. Time to rest. And that was good. I looked forward to the rest. So, but I should look forward to the characters. So I have very complicated emotions about ArtFight.
How do you guys feel about the work that you did? You feel like it was good work? Do you like the piece that you made? Oh my gosh.
Always. I'm gonna say this for me personally. I always like the pieces I make. If I didn't like it, I'm not gonna submit it. I'm gonna do it over. Because that's just me. And I'm not saying that anybody else should have to do it that way or should have to feel that way. That is a personal choice of mine because that's how I feel about my own art. I want every piece to be a finished piece. And I know that that's in some ways toxic. We can address that on another episode. Everything doesn't have to be a finished piece, but when it comes to ArtFight, I feel like I want all mine to be finished. I will say though, like the thing that I really liked about this year, this is my 9th year. Next year will be my 10th, the big 1-0. And yeah.
It's been out that many years? Jeez.
Yeah.
How many years did I have?
But this year, because of the contest, the webtoon contest, I actually had very little prep and strategy going into ArtFight game. And I always have a strategy going into ArtFight. And I kind of fell back on and leaned on some of my standard tenets that I carry into every year, such as like the first 48 hours, I only draw bookmarks because I know after that point it's like a game of catch up to get revenges. So I did that again this year. And then my other thing that I like really stuck to was I want to get all my first level revenges out of the way before I even entertain the idea of a revenge chain. So I did that too. But otherwise I didn't have like, even my other like default I didn't do. My other default is I try to get like really diverse. I make sure I always have a mech. I try to always have like an animal, creature, monster, just every different kind of character you can make. I try to always make sure I do it because I like to get diverse practice in. And I didn't even, but this year I didn't focus on that so much because I was winging it the whole way, like so much so that I didn't even know from day to day if I was going to be doing it in my sketchbook or on my computer. Like I just like whatever happens. What about you,
Friendy?
Pilfer?
It's like,
Oh,
No,
me.
you
what's
next.
Oh, me? What? No!
Yeah, that's it.
No.
I see
Okay,
you passing
well,
the
well, for the most part, I wanted to see how fast I can keep up with everything too. So I took that lesson with me with ArtFight this year and how fast I can do stuff and what I can get away with and what I can't get away with. What looks good and what doesn't. I did fall back on like the 3D model, which we will get to that, but I tried not to, obviously. So I wanted to make like a sketchbook this year, that didn't work out, but for the most part, I learned a little bit more about like animating within that stupid program I hate so much, and I was like, okay, I think I know how to go about it like a little bit faster now. So it's just the whole speed game for me. I couldn't keep up with what I wanted to do, which was to like get a collective bunch of like OCs that I liked. I had monster characters saved. I usually do like black and white work for ArtFight and stuff, like with screen tones, kind of like a comic page, and I did a little bit of that. We did the whole media revenge chain thing that I had going really helped me to like hone in of like, okay, how fast can I make a comic page of characters I have no idea who they are. So it's just working with different mediums when we did do the revenge chains was actually really refreshing, and also reminded me how much I hate chalk. But you know, everything, it was really fun to work with different mediums. I think I will keep up with the medium chains, but like the sketches, I feel like I'm not too satisfied with them, but I was satisfied enough to like, I got to draw the characters I wanted to. It just sucks that I didn't have the time to flesh it out and ink it and all that stuff. So yeah, for the most part, I'm satisfied enough. But yeah.
Right. That's good. That's good. I hope everybody feels that way. That the work they've done is good work and like they're satisfied with the effort they put into the entire month of July.
And if
The
there's
fact
any
that you're
pieces,
engaging at all is like what matters.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like nobody forced you to do this. It's not a class you're taking. You're doing this of your own free will, which means you're growing. You're making the decision to grow as an artist, and that's amazing. So even if you have a piece where you're like, man, I really wish I did better on the anatomy, just by having done the work and then found the flaws, you've learned something, and that's gonna make you better.
Right.
So Pilfer, what about you? What was your favorite thing that you learned or did this year with ArtFight?
Well, I'm surprised that I got as much done as I did, because again, like before July even started, normally I have like a project that I do that's to announce what team I'm on. I go into ArtFight with a big plan in mind. Like this year, originally I wanted to make either a comic or a music video, and then I ended up with like, oh, I want to make a music video, I'll pick out a song, and then I'll animate everybody's characters to it, an improvement from the previous year. But I threw that out the window because I just wasn't having it with ArtFight. I even took like the first 2 weeks off. I basically did like 2 pieces in the first 2 weeks or something. And then after that, I kind of got some energy back because everybody was sending me all these attacks and trying to communicate about ArtFight, so it got me like pulled back into it. So thank you guys for that. And then I made a bunch of really cool work that I'm pretty happy with. I'm like really proud of a bunch of them. And even came up with some like new techniques that I didn't know that I would even like because I was trying out new stuff. So that was really cool.
I love that part when people try new stuff, because so often, especially for like the hard on themselves artists who are afraid to make something ugly,
Right.
or not willing to try new things because we don't know if we're really good at it. So I think that's one of the beauties of our fight. Like, do you guys have a favorite piece that you drew this year? And maybe you could like share why. I have one that I thought of as soon as Friendy started talking about black and white. I normally do everything in full color because, like I said, I always want like a fully finished piece. But then I ended up doing these 2 characters, this dog and this cat, called Shadow and Light, who just happen to be black and white characters. And I gotta say, it's one of my favorite pieces that I did this year. And just to show you guys, yeah, here we go. So it ended up being, and then even when I was trying to like finish the piece after I got the cat and the dog in there, Light and Shadow, I was like, I don't want to add color to this. It's so, the high contrast made me so happy. And then all I did was like add these halftone smudges of the white over like the black corners. And I was like, that's it. It's balanced. It looks so like it's a really strong, high contrast piece. I was super duper happy with this, and I like never do just black and white. So this was super new to me, and I could not be happier with like the learning experience.
I love the
Very
use
cool,
of
like the yin and yang.
yeah, like the square shapes on the dog in contrast to like the round shapes on the cat is really cool.
I can't take credit for that. That's like the way the characters are designed.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah, it looks like a graphic instead of like an illustration. It's got like a graphic art kind of detail. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna pass the puck, and then if I think of another one, I'll share it too. But it's up for
Frankie,
grabs.
Feel free to tell us about your favorite pieces, Frankie.
Me? Oh, I'm trying to find them. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh,
It's
it's
been
right
15
here.
days. It's been. I mean, she has to go through 380. Like,
Yeah,
she's completing
Oh
her.
goodness gracious. My
Yeah,
favorites
there's-
that I've done are definitely posted here and one over there. Then
You gotta
maybe
talk
one
about
up here.
them. You can't just point.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I think these are really cool. Like this one over here. So now you guys know what I'm referencing when I talk about it. Like this Godzilla piece that I did for Ghoulish Badger, the artist that I met through ArtFight. I was really happy with because her character is like a badger and she loves Godzilla, and so I was like, oh, it'd be really cool to like reference Shin Godzilla, like one of the more famous Godzilla movies. And it was just really cool to work on this, and I tried out some like new skills with like the fur. It kind of has like not a granule, but like it's got like a rough texture to it. That's really fun, and then the colors are like really extreme. And there's like the city and whatnot. I just think it's really cool.
Oh, I like the clouds or the.
Yeah.
Is it smoke? Either way.
It's like, yeah, it's whatever your brain wants to make it. That's kind of the point. Yeah. So that one's cool. I'm really happy with that. And then there's like the energy of like the lions coming off. It's like really cool. You can see that throughout the whole piece. And the next one with like the pink and the green character. I thought that was like a fun background. That's when I first tried out this new technique, which is like artifacting, I call it. And it's essentially when your pixels are like not completely there. So it's usually when things get messed up with like the way you use your pixels. And I essentially was able to group sections of messed up pixels to make like a texture. And that's what that granule feel is in the background. And I thought it looked so good. And so that's like a new technique that I developed for myself to like add into stuff, which I think is really cool. And the character looks
It does.
cool
It adds a
too.
lot of interest.
Yeah, thank you.
Very cool.
But
Oh,
however,
the
this-
eyes. That's so
Yeah.
good.
Thank you. Apparently, this character was a dude, and I made it a girl, so I feel kind of bad about that. I gender bent the character. But
Oh, they're gonna be on
it's alright.
TikTok next, you know. They're
I
like
know.
gender
misogynist filter. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, that's fine. They liked it. That's all that matters. I just wish that I made it a dude or chose a female.
I accidentally made a dog character a bunny once.
Oh, gee.
Makes you feel better. I
That's
thought it
that's
was
like-
a rabbit and it was a
Yeah.
dog. So
They gave it such long ears, right?
yeah.
So that one I like. I think the color in the background's pretty cool. It's got like a synthwave aesthetic. And then I did Friendy's Hunky Man.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah,
so
I made him-
cool.
Made him so
He's-
sexy.
His design is so difficult. Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I actually do like lurk on Friendy's page to see how people
Oh,
draw
geez.
this character because
Right.
I think his design is so difficult.
It's,
And so
it's
I'm always
weird.
curious. Yeah.
Right,
So simple. What are you guys talking about?
right.
I
So,
love it when people draw them. Thank you,
yeah,
Pipper.
yeah.
I need to get you
I
back.
gave him all the man parts that is needed
so
to make
good,
him
no.
extra sexy.
He's got the
Yeah.
handsome Squidward face.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
He's got those cheekbones, the big lips, and
He's
even the
mewing.
eyes. Yeah, he's mewing. Yeah,
This is so him. Thank you.
yeah. He's so hunky. He's such a hunk. Yeah.
Very hunky.
Very fun. And then this next one, I was really happy with. I did this on Magma while everybody was drawing together, and I didn't
Wow.
know how to like approach this character, but it turned out to be like one of my favorite pieces. It's just like so simple and
So
cute.
cute. It kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
Goombas from.
It is a Goomba. It's called.
It is a Goomba.
Yeah, It's like a Tanuki Goomba, a Tanumba, I think is what they're called.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Tanumba, that's what they're called. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty fun. That one was cool. And then I did this next one for Minty. I met her through ArtFight, like I think like a year or two ago, and she's been super helpful. She helped make my Discord like more manageable and like just better. And so I always try and like gift her something like really special, and so I designed this outfit for her character.
I was just gonna comment on the pants. Like the pant design, even the top, all the like patterns on it are really cool. But the pants are really cool.
Yeah, it's like fun. There's like a lot of movement to it, and the colors really pop because I focused on like the warm colors to make the blues of her fur like really pop. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. This is probably like one of my favorite, if not my favorite piece. I almost want to get it printed for my wall. Now this next one, I just thought like I played with just adding more to it with some goofy drawings. Like, no, Mom, I want more chicken nuggets. He's just a little baby man, and the goofy Lily Bee that he's holding is like really fun.
The derp face.
Yeah, stupid Lily Bee stuffed animal. Yeah. It's pretty fun. The colors are really good too. They all like tie together. And then the last one was very experimental, where I originally just drew the character as it is, and then I was like, this is boring, it's just like a character. I want to like really play with this. I'm feeling this vibe of like weird energy, and so I just like exploded with that figuratively.
So cool.
Yeah. It's just really fun. Like
sick.
The way you paint over so that the line art isn't like making this look disconjointed is really good.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. So that's my run of ArtFight. Those are just like the ones that really stood out from what I had worked on.
Nice.
Really fun. Thank you.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I posted them.
All 100. Talk about every 138 of them.
No.
But your way is the wrong way.
No, yeah, you're not wrong.
Feel for the contrarian.
Yeah.
Ah, I see animation.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's really cool. Is that Gotcha Life?
No, it's not. I do not draw Gotcha Life. You crazy.
What? Why not?
It's just chibi. Okay. So for the first one, somebody in my Discord server had like this really cool like concept for a story, and their character gets like a different like form, and at the very end of the form, it's like this one, and it's very like abstractal, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to draw them. So yeah, I had to draw them like that. I wish I could do more facial expressions with it, but like I don't know, I wasn't too familiar with the character, and I didn't want to go too off model, so I was like, let's just stick to what I get the vibe off from the character. So that's where that is for that one. And I like how it turned out. I wish I could have did more, but like their character design is so cool. Like even if I drew it as a stick figure, I think I'd be like, that character is still really heckin' cool.
Yeah.
I like how you've done. I was gonna say background, midground, foreground. Like background is this very oil spill texture, but then midground has like the, what do you call that? Like the noise, the grain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the grain.
And then the foreground, you blurred it out, like it's out of focus, and it's like this lanterny thing. And I think that gives it like a sense of depth because you've kind of like made out of focus. So it looks neat.
Yeah, I wanted it to be kind of like, oh, they're gonna like attack or something. I don't know. I don't know the story, but I'm just like, I can get the vibe of the story at least and try to give that. Oh, yeah. The one after that, the person's style was so unique. I had to try to mimic it because like, so I love their characters, but like I looked at their characters and I'm like, what am I looking at? Because they're so abstractal, but it gave me a challenge and I really appreciated that. And their characters are really cool. They remind me of something like I would see in like 1993, like promotional, like artsy kind of magazines or something. Like I was alive back then to like actually look through those type of magazines, but they have the vibe for it. I'm like, I have to try it. So that's where that was. And then, of course, the animation one, the animation attack. I did, for this person in particular, I made it my mission to try to attack them only with animation. So
that's big. That's a big mission.
Well, they did so much, like, fan art for me throughout the year, and I felt so bad and guilty. I'm like, well, I gotta pay them back with attacks. And I don't know if they appreciated it. I don't think they did. But I appreciated learning off, well, they were burnt
Looks
out
good.
too, so I was kind of like, well, yeah.
You might hear back from they've like recharged.
And then, yeah, the next one is somebody made me a really sweet comic and made my character actually like within character like be a little bit more simple and stuff. Not simple, excuse me. Like what's the right word? Sympathetic? I don't know. They characterized my character properly. Well, I have to pay them back, so I did a little comic to that too as well. And their characters not knowing what to do with my character after the fact.
Yeah.
Being, like so serious with her, so I thought that was really funny. So I don't know. I thought it was really nice, and I got to use my old comic making software with it. So I was very satisfied that I got to do little old school kind of stuff with it. So yeah.
I can see it in the halftones and stuff like that.
Looks really good. Ooh.
That's it. That's all mine.
Yeah. It's that black and white we were talking about earlier.
I love monochrome so much. I love manga making stuff. Heck.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a couple at you guys. These first I'm just gonna load up together. I like them for the same reason. They're just pretty. The first one I did, the first one with the like water lady I did on live stream, and they're both revenges, and like I just really liked this one and I love how it turned out. I was super satisfied with like everything from the pose to the coloring to the textures to just my draft of that character. And then the other one, I liked this also because it's pretty. She looks like a Disney princess. And I really had fun with the lighting here. So instead of starting with like painting in shadows and then adding highlights, usually rim lights, like doing it like just the easy default rim light or the easy top light, like top down lighting, I just started with the rim lighting and I was like, I want this whole thing to be a shadow. Like she's in a dark space and she's getting hit with like this really high contrasting like rim light. And so like halo light, right? Whatever you want to call it. There's different words for it.
Right.
But I just really had fun with like the lighting here. Obviously, I still did add some like actual shadows. If you look like close to the arm, you can see like actual shadows there under the chin, things like that. But oh, and the texture was fun. I had fun with that, which is something I've been able to do ever since deciding I'm going to draw in Clip Studio now. Which I've been doing since the comic, because literally my comic contest entry was what I was like, I'm gonna learn Clip Studio while I do this. So that was a learning experience. But ever since I've like really enjoyed it. There's so many features, so many useful features. Textures.
Right.
So this one's extra weird, and I'm gonna share it with you guys because I don't normally do bizarro weird stuff.
I like the background. It's awesome.
Thank you. So this is one of those snake oil salesman characters in one of the comics I was telling you about. Like I was drawing comic creators' characters. And it's called Dishes of Dubious Origin is the name of the comic. And like the two main characters are basically like, they have this debt they have to pay. They're gonna be evicted or something if they can't make their restaurant like successful. And so they go hunt down this like miracle milk from this cow in the woods, but it's a total sham. And it's just the snake oil salesman character. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so like that's what this is. Just had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it's bizarre, but it was really fun.
Colors are super nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it went really well.
So here's, and this one's really quick and easy why I like it. Because like I said, I normally draw people, humans, and mostly feminine humans. But this one,
misogynist.
I know. Like,
Gotta.
wouldn't that be, is there another word for it? Maybe not. But this one is because it's an animal, and I felt like I did a good job. So I was really happy with this one. It's a snow leopard.
I like the snow's really cool.
Thank you. And I just like, another thing that was interesting was like, I originally shaded it with like a blue-gray color, and it was just so dull. And I was like, I don't like the way this looks. It's not making me happy. And then I just grabbed like a hot pink and started shading with that, and I was like, this is it. Like, I don't know why this is it, but this is it.
It looks really cute.
Right. These look great. What the heck? It's like wildly different than your digital stuff because you have those color markers. It's like such a different texture.
Yeah, I like there was some like so for some of them like I had to draw traditionally or not draw at all because I was away from home. Like I went on a road trip for the 4th of July with family, and I took my notebook with me because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to draw for several days if I didn't. And so I took it with me, and I had like on my phone I could check out like character profiles to Revenge, and this was one of the ones I did while I was on the road. And I just am crazy happy. Like the pose is so simple, but I love the anatomy. I'm really, really proud of the anatomy. I loved how the kneecaps turned out. Like I'm stupid happy with the knees. And then
likes kneecaps confirmed.
Kneecaps. But the other thing was when I got back and I colored it, I was even happier with the blending on the pumpkin in the background. So like that just brought it all together for me. And I was like, I can't wait to post this.
That looks great. The hair too, with the like sheen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different doing hair highlights in traditional versus digital because you gotta think of that first because those are the parts you just don't color in.
Right.
And then the last piece, the second leak, is Galaxies Filled with Adventure, and this one is another traditional piece I did while I was on 4th of July holiday. I was like so sitting cool at the pool party with all the kids in the pool, and I'm just sitting like next to it with my sketchbook and my pens.
Yeah.
And for this one, I don't think it was even a revenge. It's just somebody, like we were talking about how you make friends year over year and you get used to drawing for the same people. Like I don't want to break those traditions, and this is somebody I've been drawing with for years. And so I was like,
right,
they're probably going to attack me, but I'm just going to go ahead and attack them first to keep the tradition alive. And I went to their profile and I found out that they had made OCs out of their Pikmins, like little Pikmin game. And then they wrote a whole like story about like this alien race of astronauts that discover the Pikmin planet, and they like become like this little group. So I drew all of that. I drew the alien with her Pikmin pals, and I am ridiculously happy with this. And my nieces and nephews who saw the drawing were like so happy with it. They were like, this one's my favorite, and this one's me, and this one's my mom, and this it was so cute. And,
which one was her mom? Was it the red one? The angry red one?
No, nobody wanted to be that one.
I know.
That one's me then.
Aww.
Friendy's the angry one.
I'm in the arms, so.
The color is like particularly good. It's crazy because the bottom has like, maybe it's the lighting from the picture, but like it looks like the bottom has like darker hues than the top. It gets like lighter as you move up, and it's just really good. The movement of like all the colors and like the placement.
Yeah, I tried to use two. Yeah, they're all multicolors. They're two markers of similar tones, and so you're not imagining it. It's really there.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I loved winging it this year. Like I love having a plan, and I think like Brendy was saying earlier, especially with the way things have been progressing each year, where we start earlier and earlier and earlier prepping. Like we're like prepping in May now instead of waiting till like June.
Right.
People are getting burnt out before it even begins, so I think it's time to like dial that back a tiny bit. Like still be intentional with your prep work so that you can get the most out of ArtFight for you, but maybe save it for July. Don't burn yourself out by starting in May and then not being able to enjoy ArtFight.
I start August 1st. And I prep until July.
Yeah. I was spent after the webtoon contest, and I also have like I had just moved in December, so I know like I had like all of spring to get ready, like or to get settled in from the move, but I just moved and then lost my job. So and I was doing the contest, and then I had to like prep for ArtFight if I wanted to try and monetize my YouTube videos. And it was just the whole thing, and I reached a point where I was like, I can't do this. Right. I'll just live stream.
I wish I could just do that. Oh my gosh, the live streams this year were insane though. Like
yours were popping off.
Oh
they were crazy.
God.
You were blowing up.
They hurt. They physically hurted. I was so like, what? Like usually I do ArtFight hunts, but it didn't occur to me that like they can come to me. So I just said, hey, you got an ArtFight username? bring it here. I'll look at it. And so sure enough, everybody. So I was like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I do this sooner?
I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna do it now.
Do it.
No, I'm just kidding.
You'll find some really cool people. I found some really cool people.
No, you should do it. There's no copyright on this. I did it
You're
one
telling everybody a
time,
secret.
and I think I did one. I called it my get on my hit list video, like 2023, I think. It's a couple years ago. And I just did one stream where I was like, get on my hit list, but same premise. And people who want to play do show up for those. It was very good performing live. And then I dropped the ball and didn't do it again. So.
Oh man. And I would make it a thing where like, okay, I have to look at their profile, and then I have to look at one or two of their characters for each person. And so that took up like a lot of time. But that's like what streams are, a lot of time. So like, it's just like, I felt like I wasn't being productive as in like my own art in that sense. Like, man, I'm wasting time, but like, I can't look at it that way. But at the same time, I can't shake it.
You're not wasting time. Just because there's not pen to paper doesn't make it a waste of time.
Right. You're entertaining your audience, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And also, prep work cannot be understated when it comes to art. Like when you're even just brainstorming your composition before you compose, that is still part of the process. Do we feel like anything has changed permanently in our perspectives of ArtFight? Like, are you like, I think I've done enough ArtFight, I might take a year off, or I feel like ArtFight's just not clicking for me the way it used to, or I feel like, because I know for me, for a moment when I was drawing, I was like, I am so sick of these boring poses. It's like, why do I do this? I need to do something cooler. I need to do something exciting or different. And I definitely did a comparison. Like I looked through last year's compared to this year's, and last year's I don't know where the creativity was coming from, but it was flowing. And I had so much diversity, so many unique ideas last year, and I made so many pieces. And then this year, I felt like I was barely getting them done. And like I reached a moment for myself where I was like, I am bored with my own design. Like not designs, because the character designs are great. That's why I picked those characters. I was bored with the way I was drawing them, and I really needed to break out of that. And I really wanted to try something new. And it doesn't make me want to quit ArtFight, and I know that was the question. Was there anything that made you feel differently about doing ArtFight? But it makes me feel like next year I actually I don't want to wing it. I want to go in with a plan like I had usually done in the past, because I feel like it actually did make a difference for me.
Piffler, you're awfully quiet. What about you?
I was waiting for you. I was interested.
That's why I said you.
She's caught on to you. She's caught on to you.
Sheesh.
I'm right behind you, aren't I? Ooh.
I mean, I kind of explained earlier that I had a plan, that I didn't go with it, so that's kind of where I ended up. I'm happy with all the stuff that I made. I wish that I had the energy going into it, or like the excitement of ArtFight this year going into it, but I think after the previous years, it's like you can only do the best you can do. Hello, kitty. Hello, meow meow. Yeah. Little puppy.
I think it's okay to
dog.
to change your mind about your goals midway through. Absolutely, because you're not beholden. I just wonder if like there was any kind of like disenfranchisement.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Is like I worry that not only am I falling out of ArtFight, but I'm falling out of art too. Because like it's been, like you said, you've been doing it for 9 years. I just realized I've been doing this is the 8th year. It's like, geez Louise. And then you think about like what has changed in those 8 years in like your life. Has anything changed at all? Has art contributed to that? But then you get into this death spiral of like existentialism, and that's not where you want to be. That's not like a healthy mindset. It doesn't change anything. So that's kind of where I'm at. And you know, there's other stuff that happened in life like prior to ArtFight, and so that kind of like pulled me down with it too. But, you know, I'm still doing it. I'm still in it. It's cool. I think I just need to make some changes. At some point as an artist, you're going to have to redefine why you're an artist. You're going to have to answer new questions as to why you're doing it. You can't just do it for the same reason anymore because you're older now. We're literally a decade older from where we started. And I don't think the reasons that validated being an artist to begin with are the same now. I think you have to redefine that.
Yeah, I do think you're right that once it becomes too routine where you can just do it without feeling it, you're right. It's time to start asking yourself new questions and exploring new ideas and new techniques and new reasons why you want to do this.
Right.
Oh. I have a lot to say.
Do
We're
it.
here for it.
Buckle up. All right. So I've been thinking lately. I think I've gotten everything out of ArtFight that I wanted to. Not like like extracting everybody's art, yum yum, but like not that. It's just when I started ArtFight, I started it as in like, oh, I'm gonna go into it with like a kind of game plan. I'll be a suspector, and then I'll gather all the characters I want to do, and then I'll just do an. I was planning things out, even if I wasn't a contestant or whatever, and that was the plan. I was like, why don't I just do it undercover? And then that was like my whole game plan. So I had game plans going into it at the beginning even, and I don't know, going through that first year, I'm just like, okay, well now I'm gonna go with it full throttle, and it just became a whole thing where I'm really addicted to ArtFight. And my family has an addictive personality type, so I didn't know I was addicted to ArtFight until somebody in my ArtFight server said they were.
Call an intervention.
And I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, oh god, I think they're right, because it's not healthy to do 300 attacks in 1 year, I don't think. But so much so that I do this thing when I get really hyper fixated on something, I will go through it full throttle until I am exhausted from it and I hate it afterwards. It was like that with Animal Crossing, a few other fandom stuff, and I was like, you know what? It's getting to that point with ArtFight where I'm doing everything I can to keep my hype up for myself that it's getting a little tiring, and that's when it's time for me to stop in most cases. I think I have enough in me for 1 more year, but after that, I don't know. I have a game plan for next year, and that's why I'm saying that for 1 more year, which will be my 5th year, and that way I can compare and contrast my like year 1 to my year 5. But I think next year has to be my my last year going into it like seriously. Like I'll still participate in it, but like it'll have to be like I'm doing 3 pieces as opposed to the 300 pieces. Just you know,
300 is a massive amount.
Yeah, that's a lot.
My goal last year was to do 400 pieces, and I only got up to like 320. This year I got up to 3 something. So,
My goal is to just make sure I do more than 30. Like 1 on average per day. That's it.
So that's probably going to be my goal for the 6th year, but it's gotten to the point where for changes that I see in ArtFight, ever since last year, people outside of ArtFight mods are all about you've got to follow the rules to a T, and you know I'm down for following rules. I love following rules. Ever since that one incident where I thought abstract backgrounds meant, oh, like as an artist, oh, abstract backgrounds, it could be like anything you draw and it's like abstractal. But I reported on something I did for somebody, like saying like, hey, I did like a different body proportion accidentally. And then ArtFight mod saw that and they're like, okay, well, we fixed that for you. But also we saw that you use the abstraction tool. You used brushes when we said that you had to draw the abstraction or whatever. I'm like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense because the brush tool, you draw it with what? So that's when I kind of like clicked with me that ArtFight rules are arbitrary and I hate them because that wasn't hurting anybody. I don't care about points anymore. I never cared about points, but this made it ever so apparent I hated the point system. And I know what points are for the teams, blah blah blah. I don't care about the teams. I love the teams, but like I also don't care about the teams as in the whole gaming aspect. I don't care. I want to just draw silly little characters, and I know the gaming aspect is to help people to like
get
people
into
motivated to like get into it or whatever. I don't need that, and I don't know if it's lost on the mods or the admins or whatever, but like I don't. Some people don't need that. They just want to get permission.
I don't think it's lost on them.
Little characters.
I mean, you could change my mind based on what you reveal, but I don't think the mods are oblivious to the fact that people have different motives for playing, and some of those are not motivated by the play.
You have to have the competitive nature to be as like a foundation though.
Like,
but go ahead.
Here's the thing. You say that, but like if you're not hurting anybody, and it doesn't affect the art piece to the extent of like, oh wow, you totally traced it, and this is like a 1-for-1, and I hate it, and you did the different. There's different things to make it where it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely breaking the rules or whatever. But like if you're say you get an asset from the 3D from like clip paint, and it's the 3D model, and you trace over the model, and like and you posed it out, you made sure that the composition's really cool, it wasn't even like you changed the pose that the model came with or whatever, and it's so that character that it's okay to trace over the model to like, because it's the model, and clip paint isn't even 1-to-1 to the characters being drawn anyways. You use it as a little bone for like the pose, right? So there's this whole this little controversy that like, oh, you're drawing over the model. Oh, I thought you said you can't use bases. So like, I think in one of the rules, I didn't quite read it properly, and that's probably bad on me. But also at the same time, if they're not super clear of like, no 3D models, yes 3D models, you have to be clear on that. Otherwise, people are going to take it and use it properly in their workflow, because people do work 3D models into their workflow, and you know, you're not going to see the 3D model at the end of the piece, and that pose that you made and you compositioned isn't out there on the internet. So I don't see why that would be breaking the rules.
It's not a big.
A lot of people.
You're right. They're two different things. Bases and 3D models are not the same.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, they see you trace over the thing and they think it's unfair, but like it's fair enough that it's in every ArtFight, not every ArtFight, excuse me, like ArtFight, art programs that they have 3D models in there as a tool. It is a tool. Like the brush tool can be made to be having chains and brushes and all that stuff. So to be saying like, oh, you're not reading the rules, you're cheating or whatever, it's unfair. I feel like that's unfair to the people that because if you're reading the rules correctly and they're not saying no 3D models, then why is it bad on us?
Did somebody get reported for this? I don't.
Somebody.
Did you get reported for this?
I might have. I don't know now.
But you, as far as you know.
I haven't, as far as I know. But there's somebody replying to some people in this one YouTube video that somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I almost got canceled, and this is why," and it was the 3D model thing.
I wouldn't care.
Somebody was going through the comments saying like, "Oh yeah, I like the 3D models. They do help." And somebody was going through it like, "Oh, I'm gonna report you. I'm gonna."
It's literally.
So like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't respect the mods like judgment of what the rules are to begin with, because they don't follow them themselves. So I don't really have much respect for the mods of ArtFight to begin with. So I just go by my own rules of like, did I put the work into this that is necessary for like this point bracket? That's all that matters. And if you use a basis for like a 3D model, or even like technically trace like a pose off of whatever, it doesn't matter if it's somebody else's art or like literally a photograph or whatever. Who cares? It's you're just trying to reference something so you can build upon it, because you're still doing the artwork to begin with, and it's what everybody in the industry does. And if everybody in the industry does it, then that's fine. It's not cheating.
I think tracing photos is actually against the rules.
But directly tracing like anatomy is different than building on top of it, though.
I 100% agree with you. Like you can like use like I could take a photo of myself, and I can drop opacity, make a little skeleton, like my head's here, my shoulders are here, elbows, feet, ankles, whatever.
Right.
And then I've got my little skeleton outline based on a pose from a photo. Even if it's a photo I didn't take, I stole a photo of JLo and made a skeleton off of that. You're borrowing the pose. I don't personally recommend drawing directly on top of the photo, because you're not training your eye and hand coordination that way to know how to observe something and then draw it. You're teaching yourself to rely on tracing.
But that's different reasoning than making art for someone.
But yeah, I don't know that it would qualify as tracing a photo if you're just building a pose out of it, not tracing. I'm not tracing JLo's face and passing it off as somebody's character.
Yeah.
If it like, I think that's the best example. Is it's tracing if it looks like JLo. If it doesn't look like JLo, you're not tracing, because it's not 1-for-1. It's just a reference you're just using for placement.
Yeah.
And that's what's so frustrating about like all the stupid comments of like really juvenile idealism in ArtFight is like, unless it looks identical to the thing, it's not tracing. You can reference all you want. You can use placement foundations all you want to create something. It's what literally everybody in the industry does. to create like professional art. And if that's what you use to make money in the industry, it's not like you're cheating. You have to do that. Every documentary of like a Disney artist is either rotoscoping or they're using it as a basis to draw over their character, and that's where the magic is, because your brain just doesn't know this stuff out of nowhere. And I'm like getting heated just talking about this because there's so many stupid conversations of like people that haven't drawn long enough to even have a basis of this topic.
And it's so prevalent for whatever reason among junior artists who think that referencing is evil. They're like, I don't reference, I draw everything from my head.
Right.
And I had this I had this comment just the other day with somebody in real life, like not even like somebody online, but somebody in real life who looked at my drawings and then were like, oh, I can draw whatever. And then they were like drawing. And I was like, oh, do you want a reference? You can borrow my phone for a reference. And they're like, I only draw from my head. I don't use reference.
Oh,
and
silly reference.
I was like, is it worth making the point? And I was like, I'll just make it briefly. And so I like kept it really brief, but I made the point like, there's no shame in using references. Professionals do it. And it's actually one of the necessary tools in your arsenal as a professional if you want to do good work. If you want, like, that's why, and I said, like, this is why when you go to actual art school, they have you do life studies. You have to look at references in real life.
Yeah.
They're like, draw this fruit basket. Why? Everybody hates looking at fruit baskets. It's boring, but you have to draw it so you can get that hand-eye coordination we talked about earlier, that practice of seeing it in real life and drawing what you see, not what you think you see. And like that was a big lesson I took away from my life drawing classes. Before I changed my major to film, I was taking like a bunch of art classes. And it's like you think you know what you need to draw and then you miss so much detail, or you get the proportions so wrong and you don't even realize it because you're going off of, like, you're filling the blanks in your head because you're being impatient. You need to look at the reference. I'm on a tangent now, but you need to look at the reference and actually look at it as if you don't understand what it is and draw what you see, not what you think you see, because you think you know what it is.
I don't know. I've been on the bad end to receive, even though I was trying to be a good
You
girl,
reported
so
yourself. They probably felt obligated.
That
They
was
probably
a
felt
mistake.
obligated.
I reported myself to change that, not like the background. I was like, wait, what? Huh?
You should have actually upped. You should have like asked for more points. Been like, hey, I use reference because I'm a good artist. Give me extra points.
If anything, I was asking for lesser points, but they gave me super lesser points. I guess.
Oh my gosh, that's the
I don't
worst.
know, man.
Just don't
That's like-
self-report.
Like, sure, yeah.
That's the biggest pet peeve is when people are
I was
trying to
get
defend
it. I was trying
ArtFight
to get
rules.
Noodle.
Just
Not
don't
with
self-report.
If you said I should get more points, they'd be like, no.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not gonna give you more points. I'll take
I
away
forgot
points. Do you want me to take
the
away
polish
points?
button?
Yeah.
How did you guys use the polish button? Because I came up with a system for mine.
I was indiscriminate with it. I clicked that bad boy every single time. I was like, polished? Nah. I put in over an hour, polished.
Mine was 2 hours. If I went 2 hours or more, I was like, this is polished. If I can get it done in an hour, then I was like, that's standard for me. It usually takes me an hour.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we're all at the point that we've drawn enough that it just comes out polished, and that's kind of like my thinking behind it. It's like,
Oh yeah, we're so good like that.
yeah. Well, we have become experts over like drawing so consistently for so long that essentially it comes out.
Yeah, it's that almost 10-year mile marker, right?
Yeah, right.
I only used it once this year.
Oh
I
my
hardly
gosh.
ever use it.
Supporting yourself and not clicking a stupid polish button. Jeez Louise.
I have.
No wonder you're burnt out.
I don't care about the point system. In fact, I'm self-sabotaging.
Yeah, right? Jeez Louise.
No backgrounds. Heck backgrounds. Clicking.
Gosh.
No, if I spent like more than $2 on the art piece, it is a polish.
$2.
And that was because like I went to the thrift store and had this game plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this doll or this puppet for this one person. And so I gathered up the materials from the thrift store. I'm like, okay, let's go. So that's what happened. $4 for one attack, polish button, baby.
I'm gonna self-report right now. I did use one base. In ArtFight. ArtFight, and I just
Hashtag-
shared it with you guys. I
Hashtag
just,
cancel Perry.
but like, I was like, I saw, so I wanted to draw for this person. It's another person who I attacked first because I always attack them every year, and I didn't want, with the whole like mountain of revenges I owed, to not get to this. So I went in and I picked up their characters that are all from the same universe. Most of these characters I've drawn before in past years, and I just, as like sort of an anniversary piece, wanted to draw all of them together. And so I was like, I have the perfect setting for this, like my waiting room idea. And so I drew it as a base, but then I also left a comment on when I submitted the attack. I was like, just FYI, if you recognize this meme, this waiting room meme, I made it. So I did not steal it. I did not trace it. I made it. I drew it. This is my drawing. Like,
Right.
so I didn't want to get reported.
You guys self-report. I feel like everybody self-reports more than anything. Everybody's so anal about the rules. Have some
Yeah.
self-respect, please.
At the end of the day, ArtFight should be fun, and if you're not having fun and you're like reporting all the time, are you really having fun?
And nothing
Don't.
matters.
Yeah.
Just draw. Being a bunch of babies.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if the person likes the art that you drew for them, and you didn't
That's
steal
what matters
it,
the most.
you didn't steal it, and you didn't make it with AI, then does it really matter? Gave them a
If you
gift.
use AI,
Matters
if you
most.
do use AI, just don't get caught.
What?
No, pilfer. Integrity
bad.
pilfer.
Bad. But like, okay, I got a question out. Did you
Okay.
have any bad experiences on ArtFight?
ArtFight?
Do tell.
This year? It's gotta be
This
this
year.
year, right? Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, this year.
This is like a recap video. So.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think it was all just fine. I think the only bad experience was like getting yourself to do it because of burnout.
Just the
Yeah.
burnout?
Just
You
the
didn't get
burnout.
anybody
I
to
will
support you,
say,
Nobody was stinky, so nah. Everybody's
No,
super nice. That at least that I feel.
I again also felt the burnout really big this year, and we talked about that earlier. And that is why I didn't commit to digital or traditional. I just was winging it. But aside from the 4th of July thing where I had to take my sketchbook, every other time I drew traditional art, it's just because I wanted to escape burnout. And I would take my book and I would just leave my house. Like I would go to the beach. So I have like several pictures of like my work in progress just on the beach. Because I was combating burnout. Like I said before, my advice when you have burnout, just FYI, put this into the ether, is to go out, like get out of your space. Go out, breathe fresh air, listen to birds chirp, I don't know, walk on grass barefoot or something. Just to sort of reconnect physically with the world, because I think a lot of times what powers burnout is isolation, and it's isolation in your head. So if you can reconnect with the physical world, it actually will do a lot to bring you out of burnout.
Yeah, so I was waiting in my car for my sister, and I was like, I can get some ArtFights out of the way. So I made a couple of, like, I didn't have my phone with me, or my phone didn't work, or whatever, for whatever reason. So I was like, I will just make little, like, poses and stuff, a little basis for myself to get back to for characters that I might imagine for these, whatever. And so that's what I did, and I picked out a few characters that I wanted beforehand to, like, okay, so this character would be good for this pose and that pose and this pose. And one person didn't have the proper references for their character, and so when I drew them and I put them in a certain pose, or I guess like the base that I drew in the car, they messaged me back and saying like, hey, you drew this character like the wrong body type or whatever, so you need to learn to draw body types. I'm like, wait, what? Huh?
Dang.
I look back at the reference and it looks like a style. It doesn't look like their their choke was like the art style. It didn't look like it was like the character's like body type. So
If you
I'm
look at their
confused.
attacks and they also draw all their attacks in that same body type, then it's a style. It's not.
Yeah, so I was very confused. Or did I draw them wrong? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, but it was
It
just
is
that one
stressful.
person. So
When it's
yeah, it was stressful.
when the references are difficult to read. Normally, if a reference is really difficult, like if all of their references are difficult to read, unless I owe them revenge, I will just move on. I won't.
Even if I owed them revenge, if at any point they're like, "Oh, this isn't to my liking," I'd be like, "All right, remove."
No,
like,
I mean
remove
like when
picture.
you're trying to pick a character from their gallery to draw, and like you're just like, these are all difficult for me to comprehend what I'm looking at, because I do run into that sometimes with like extremely stylized characters or extremely junior artists who don't really have the skills to draw what they need.
Right.
Actually, it was my first year doing ArtFight videos on YouTube. I did a couple speed paints in one edited video of all these characters I drew. And somebody came in the comments as like typical whitewashing, person of color.
Wow.
And I was like, I panicked so hard, and I went back and looked at the attack that I submitted, and I looked at the character reference sheet. And like the reference sheet was drawn traditionally, and I was drawing digitally, so I wasn't just like eye dropping off of a color pencil drawing, because like I'm not gonna get good color pool. So I was just eyeballing it, and then I looked at the comment from the creator who owns the character, and they were like, "Oh, I love it so much, thank you, blah 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 blah."
Yeah, I don't any mind to like anybody that's gonna go out of their way to be anal, just like a bitch about stuff like that.
It wasn't even their character, which is the part that kills me. They were like accusing me in the comments of whitewashing and trying to like rally rage against me, and I'm like, it's not your character. What are you talking about?
People are just
like the police, man, like that. If that's the case, just apply to be a mod or something, frig.
yeah.
At this rate.
Well, because that's what I said about like previous years. Twice I like I didn't redesign the characters, but I like took artistic liberties with them. These are gifts. You're so lucky that I'm drawing your character for you, and I don't mean like me. I just mean like the artist.
In general, that
is drawing.
somebody is drawing.
Yeah.
Get art for you that they don't know you.
You don't get to say anything about it. And I know it's like, oh, but there's a rule, and it's like, yes, that rule is so people don't draw a completely different character and say it's this one, or completely change the character up because they want to. It's there for that, not to be like, oh, you changed the eye color. It's like, well, okay, that was an accident probably. Like the person didn't know any better or something like that, It's like, if I were to ask you right now, what color are Sonic's eyes? You'd probably say blue.
Probably.
Right, because you're not thinking about it. You're not thinking about it until it's too late. It's like, who's gonna know that? But go ahead.
I actually drew a character whose eyes were closed in all the reference images, and I just made up an eye color because it's not submitting black and white drawings, so I like picked an eye color, and I thought about it after I submitted it. I was like, I probably could have just DM'd them and asked, but they didn't complain, so
maybe it might have gave them an idea though, like what color would their eye color be, or like, hey, maybe it's an AU character now.
yeah, maybe.
That works. I saw this video yesterday about somebody complaining about their characters not being drawn correctly or interpreted correctly, and they were complaining about it in like a YouTube video, and I was like, in those kind of cases, what I would do, because it does happen to my characters, but like I'm not anal about it. You really have to literally think of it as like an AU or non-canon kind of thing, and have fun. Like it's just fun to see other people's like.
We're just fan art, and it doesn't.
Of like your characters. So
you don't have into the canon media. Like it's like, oh, it's my comic character. I don't like how you drew them. I'm forced to use it. No, you're not forced to use any of these drawings.
Right.
Yeah. So
anyone that goes out of their way to make a whole friggin' YouTube video about it, dang.
I always just assume that people who do that are really young and naive, and they'll grow.
They want that attention.
It's like bad practice. It's like bad etiquette. And that's why I just give them the benefit of the doubt that they're young and don't know better.
That's all I have to say about ArtFight.
Alright,
Except
2025!
Pilfer rages at ArtFight.
Yeah.
Pilfer's
more
done with
ArtFight.
ArtFight, yeah.
Never, not again until
2026.
June. Until June of 2026.
Until,
We're not doing this
You guys
May
say
thing
June?
anymore. Yeah.
You should keep making ArtFight content.
No, I would die.
Your entire channel is just ArtFight.
She will burn out by year 5. She'll be
Right.
I
done.
deleted my ArtFight Discord because I don't want to be known as the ArtFight YouTuber.
Alright, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next year for ArtFight 2026. And of course, leave a comment to let us know what your experience was like in 2025, because we want to know. We are genuinely curious. Alright, that's it, you guys. We're so glad that
get
you
out of here.
Yeah, no, let's give them their coat and shoes at the
A
door and
send-off.
see them off properly.
No,
Proper send
everybody
off.
out. Everybody out.
So I'm gonna. I don't know who's editing this. We'll rock paper scissors for it later, but
I'll edit this one.